Victor. Hey, talk to me, son.
I told myself it wasn't real. I told myself it wasn't real.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. You're all right, son.
I always feel like
If you are anything other than some bedtime fucking story that we tell ourselves, then you will tell me why.
Because what happens next is my favorite part.
somebody's watching me.
Now Julie is looking forward the real meaning of the story working, as she believes she can find a clue in those childish books, and at the same time, this is Ethan who has gone to Brandles with Victor because he has met the ghost of his father into the woods by the RV, asking him look for the Lake of Tears, a lake from the childish story he already was reading for him as a bedtime story. As Ethan and Victor arrive to the Brandles, they see Jade is already there floating on the water to meditate and relax himself. Maybe he could find an answer he thinks is hidden in a corner of his mind. Ethan and Victor find Jade as their answer and ask him to help them finding the Lake of Tears.
The lake of what?
And at the same time, Tabitha and Henry are debating by the bottle tree.
But if you want to go through this tree, you're going to have to go through me first.
Henry, move.
It seems Henry only wanted to visit where Miranda, his wife, was died. But at the same time, he sees Tabitha wants to risk her life again to pass through that bottle tree. Maybe she could find some help. He tries to calm Tabitha down and stops her from reaching the tree. All of a sudden, Tabitha sees the boy in white in front of her. It seems Henry also could see him. They discuss with the boy in white, who seems has changed a lot. Seems he's turning into a monster himself. He mocks on them as he believes they have asked all the wrong questions and reminds them that they have no more time.
You're getting so close now, but I'm afraid you're running out of time.
Tabitha and Henry were deeply into the boy in white that they heard of Ethan and Jade calling on Victor unconsciously. They ran after the voice and very quick and fast they arrived to the location where Jade and Ethan's voice came from.
What if it's all just a dream?
But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
Let's get back to Ethan, Jade and Victor where they were looking for the Lake of Tears. As they were talking and walking, all of a sudden, Victor notices of the man in yellow clothes in a corner by a tree, and as he sees those clothes, freaks out and pees on himself.
What is that?
Jade and Ethan calling for him, Tabitha and Henry also hear of their voice and approach to them. Victor is scared as he was shivering on himself, pointing to yellow clothes. Everyone seems confused about Victor's reaction. Jade was already wished for mushrooms, and all of a sudden he finds of those mushrooms by the tree. This is the rule here in FROMLAND. You always will receive everything you wished for.
I'll be damned.
But there is a real fact I want to attract your attention towards.
What if it's all just a dream?
But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
At the beginning of the review, I discussed on the stories and how they can affect on our perspective on our life. The same with what happened between Boyd and Fatima in the conception of gloom. I already discussed in my old reviews about legends and myths as travelers. I mentioned on Hercules in Greece turns into Rostam in Iran and Persia turns into Siegfried in Germany, for example. They are all the same in essence, just they have transformed, or it's better to say shaped through the native culture of the location and residents. Let me show you a proper example. In French, people call God Dieu. This word has its roots in Persia, to Da'eva, the ancient mythic creature we call Div, like a diva in English. In ancient Persian culture, Avesta, the Book of Zoroaster, and even elder, Div was an angel-like creature, very holy as God, but through the history, genocide, and civil wars, as a clash of religion and culture, these creatures' identity turned into dark demonic creatures, like a big bad guy of those stories that our parents were telling to us as the bedtime stories. Me myself remember how much I was scared when my father was telling a story for us about the moon trapped herself inside the pool only to hunt the big bad Div, ugly ghoul, and the wicked witch at the same time to save the town. Div was terrifying enough for me to shape my mind scared and busy before sleep. I think Fatima uses gloom as a metaphor only to show Boyd what she means based on the ancient story of Div, a Persian mythic creature that turns into gloom in Western culture. And this is amazing.
What if it's all just a dream?
What in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
In Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, there is a belief in angels and demons at the same time. And based on ancient scriptures and religious books, demons are those angels whom disobeyed God as Lucifer, doomed to the hell. This is exactly when Acosta tries to describe the FROMLY as the hell based on everything she was heard from her mother. Chrissy was listening to her. Next day, she was sat at a diner with Mariel, looking towards Sofia, was lurking by the pool, discussing on her religious belief, mocking her on how she believes in such a higher power protecting her. And all of a sudden, she fell down into the pool. Amazing, isn't it? It seems her presence in FROMLY is infective.
What if it's all just a dream?
What in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
For some conclusions, I need to discuss on the trio Boyd, Abby, and Acosta too. In a scene, we see Boyd goes to Acosta, promises her to give her that one bullet if she helps him.
I can help you if you help me.
He's exactly acting the way Martin, the old chained man in that dungeon, treated him. If you help me, I can help you.
You still want that bullet? There's something I need you to do for me first.
It seems Boyd is making a deal with her. This is the second time we see Boyd make such a deal with someone, especially a woman, to do something for him in return. Before Boyd made a deal with Sara, she suggested him to help him because she thinks she still can do something good to this community to erase her past. This time, he is standing in front of Acosta in prison, making the same deal with her. This is exactly when we see Sara in episode 3 at the diner talking to Bacta, and she asks Sara if she wants to come back to her position at the diner.
I think it's really nice that you reopened the diner.
Well, I thought it'd be a good way to keep busy. You used to work here, right?
Feels like a long time ago now.
Well, if you ever want to come back, I could use the help. Look, I wasn't here when you did what you did. But who you've become while I've known you, that girl deserves a place. Think about it.
Now everything is going to be normal again for Sara, as she has mirrored everything back on Acosta as a revenge, after she rejected her back at the diner.
Hey. Are you alright?
We're not friends. Don't talk to me like we're friends.
Okay.
Sara is projecting everything on others exactly the same with what Sofia, aka the man in yellow, the shapeshifter trickster, does. Boyd takes Acosta to the colony house to the exact basement, where Julie and Elgin found that suitcase and tried those clothes, also found that freaking camera.
Oh, shit.
You think it still works?
He asks her to investigate all objects around, maybe she could find a clue. This is a real good idea to investigate, especially as Officer Acosta is a cop. I mentioned already she's a cop, she has got used to lean on evidence and what she sees. However, I think she's still unaware of the depth of deceit and trickery, naive as Julie, exactly like Elgin, whom trapped into the camera trap, became possessed by the kimono lady and done all those mischievous things towards Fatima. This time, this is Acosta all by herself has to investigate everything. Acosta still can't trust Boyd and asks him for the reason. Boyd claims that she reminds him of someone, certainly Abby, who he could save but he didn't, and by this way he could convince her for now. If Boyd had imagined of Acosta as Abby, he believes that Abby was right, and he wants only to convince himself that Abby was right. And just because of that, he promised her of that one bullet. Again, he's doing the same and putting someone else into risk. After what happened for Sara, and as Sara is projecting on her, their role will shift, and I think we have to wait and see how Acosta is going to react in those tricky situations.
What if it's all just a dream?
But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
After all, Boyd is a religious person. We can see that from that big cross he has put on Abby's grave in his own private special place. He claims to Abby about what he has become and turned into lately. He talks negatively about himself and still triggered by Acosta, and now he is sitting by Abby's grave nagging on himself of vulnerability. All of a sudden, Abby's hand comes out the grave, grabbing his arm, pulling him down underground with herself, and scares the hell out of him. I said Abby's hand, but in reality, this is not. Imagine Boyd is talking about himself, believing in himself, turning into a monster. The moment he claimed what he believed about himself, a hand came out of the ground and grabbed his arm, pulling down, as he is a monster and has to live in the underground where he belongs. His fears and conception of himself are manifesting all those delusions for him.
What if it's all just a dream?
But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
Let me tell you something. This is an eternal rule. You always become who you always believe you are. This means it all depends on how you choose to define yourself as a human being, with love and compassion not only to yourself, but for all people around you, with all good intentions. Each and every one of us have our own path and our right in our special way, and we have to present ourselves the way we are in reality. I already mentioned it's not the matter of what you wear or what's your job. It's the matter of the truth and your reality, and also your responsibility.
My question is, if the suit's here, then where's the guy who wore it?
Long gone, maybe.
Sometimes our clothes can't present us of what we are in reality. We see now it's not important if they have found those yellow clothes anymore. The only thing is important is where is the person? He has only left his clothes. He has only left his yellow suit behind. Where is his body and whose clothes he is wearing now? Of course, they can't believe that he has shapeshifted into Sophia. Who knows, monsters also can change their clothes. They can wear as a priest, they can wear as a milkman, even as a cowboy. And sometimes they can transform into someone else and operate as that person. This is the most important factor in a shapeshifter life. This is the exact same thing that happened to that poor clown Pennywise and turned him into a most terrifying creature in Derry. As I mentioned before, the common fear of the society, which is rooted in their childhood as childhood wounds, now has turned into the dancing clown Pennywise. I believe in FROMLand we are not only dealing with one common fear, but everyone projects fears onto each other, as they all together have created such a creepy, horrifying place. They are all looking after the Lake of Tears, but they never imagined how much tear must be shed until it creates a lake. In my previous review on episode 2, I discussed on the Lake of Tears in 2 different versions and points of view, and mentioned an eye and the eyeball as the Lake of Tears.
What if it's all just a dream?
But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
When someone is in pain and sorrow, cries a lot, is shedding tears more and more, as it seems the person has cried not a river but a lake. I mentioned before the Lake of Tears is exactly a metaphor pointing to the eye and the eyeball. I already discussed on Ergin and how he could find a clue on his dream by looking into the reflection of people, especially as water, to find his answers. Later, he found out that cursed camera and began to take photos and discovered of the kimono lady through the lens of that camera as she reflected on the surface of that photo he took of Fatima. And just because of that, Sara removed his eye to stop him seeing her and being in contact with kimono lady. If you pay more attention, there is another victim, the vision Jade saw by the lake in season 3 of the man who had a school full of blood drinking, and at the same time his eye was bleeding as Elgin. The Lake of Tears points to that blurry eye when you have cried a lot and see everything around through your tears, and wet eyes, blurry and irrecognizable. We will discuss on that in later reviews as well.
What if it's all just a dream?
But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
Episode 3 begins as we see they are discussing on the yellow suit they have found, and as Henry also seeing the boy in white, he is referencing everything to those paintings he had from Miranda at the basement in Main Camden in his house. It seems Jade has decided to take those mushrooms. He talks to Tabitha about Ethan, and now he believes that Ethan is grieving for his father. And just because of that, he has projected all those things only to run from the loss. Tabitha decides to take Ethan to a trip to that lake Jim and Kenny found to convince him about the Lake of Tears. Jade takes those mushrooms back at the sheriff station, and Boyd has decided to take care and has his eyes on him. Julie and Randall are digging deep into these childish books looking for a clue about the Storywalker. Randall promises Tabitha to take care of Julie as Tabitha and Ethan go to visit the lake. By this way, Julie and Randall will have enough time to find something together. Randall finds a Fred, a character in the book who is a Storywalker. And it seems Fred is that exact character Ethan called Julie as a Storywalker after him. As Julie claims Fred has used to create a bookmark in which timeline he was time traveling, and by this way, he could go back to that exact time whenever he desired. Randall is still confused by the concept, but he accompanies Julie and doesn't want to leave her alone. It seems he wants to protect her. However, I have my own reason to have doubt about him, and I will discuss about that in another review.
What if it's all just a dream?
But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
Julie believes they have to create bookmarks in the past. They can have access to the time by using the other version of the bookmark to access the timeline.
It's the final countdown. It's the final countdown.
Julie draws a symbol on the paper and also puts an empty paper on her pocket. She believes if she could put the symbol in the past, the symbol will appear on the paper as it already has existed, and they will have the symbol in the current time too. The moment Julie steps into the ruins, she finds herself back on that exact same time when the main massacre happened at Victor's childhood. The moment she attempted to draw the symbol, she noticed of the man in yellow suit eating a human's liver as a symbol of fear that eats up courage. The man in yellow also notices of her, and as he steps in hunger towards her, Randall pulls her out and saves her.
I always feel like
If you are anything other than some bedtime fucking story that we tell ourselves, then you will tell me why.
Because what happens next is my favorite part.
somebody's watching me.
Just look at the symbol Julie draws on the paper. It looks like the basic form of our famous talisman that Boyd found in that cottage and the whole time they have used by the door to protect themselves. I already discussed on the symbol in one of my crossover reviews on the Institute and From TV show. I made a comparison between the symbol on the talisman and the infinity symbol, also to draw a map for FROMILY. I think, after all, Julie creates these talismans as a bookmark that only she can use to transition from a time to another, as protects the way from monsters transition into this time. Who knows, may Julie herself has designed all those symbols and created all those bookmarks. They were hiding all those bookmarks at that cottage, as Boyd calls them talismans. But it will be really funny if we find out that Randall has been the main companion for Julie, who is creating all those stones as bookmarks for the time travel we call talisman.
Story Walker. Why don't you let someone else do the cool shit for change, huh? It's good for my self-esteem.
Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Que sera.